Hello and welcome to my craft room. It's Mel at Inkspired Crafts. It's currently quite nice here at the moment. Blue sky, some white clouds, but we've had some quite heavy rain as well this morning, so I'm hoping that while I'm live the rain's going to go away. That was my armrest on my chair got stuck under the desk. Okay, so I'm going to be using the All Aflutter stamp set and punch bundle today. I really do like this. It's quite a nice, you've got 3 of the same butterflies that all punch out with the punch, and you've got some nice sayings, nice sentiments in there. There's a little swirly bit, so it's a really nice, a nice sort of stamp set that you can make lots of different things, use them for lots of different things, scrapbooking as well as cards. So I'm going to be making, we did this at my card class the other day, and I've just been rushed off my feet the last few weeks, doing all sorts of things really, so I decided I would demonstrate this explosion box card today that I've made using the All Aflutter and the beautiful, keep forgetting what these are called, boutique blooms, I think. Bloom Boutique. Keep getting it going the wrong way. But yeah, the gorgeous papers, and this is all in the in colours that are new for this year. Well, actually new for the next 2 years, I should say. So, first things first, I'm just going to move my coffee cup out of the way so I don't send that flying. Okay, right, so I'm decided I'm going to use the blue. It's a purpley blue. It's hydrangea hue, it's called. And I should probably put a bit of pink maybe with it, and it has also got a bit of the green on there, Peaceful Pine. So the first measurement we're going to do on the short side is 5 inches. Just got to make sure I get it lined up. Okay, then we're going to turn it onto the long side and cut at 10.5 inches. Just keeping it on this side, we now need to score at 2.5, 5, 7.5, and 10 inches. Then we're going to turn it onto the short side and score at 3 inches. Okay, so we'll just pop that out the way a moment. Now, is this long enough? We've got to make some, got to make these bits to go in here. And so that's 2.5. I want some that's 3.5 inches. And that can be scored at 1/2 inch on either end. And then I'm just going to cut 2 at 3/4 inch. You could make them bigger if you wanted to, so it's not ¾ inch doesn't have to be the size you do it. You could do it at 1 inch. You could even put in 3 of these if you wanted to make it sort of more fuller. Okay, so that's that bit. I'm going to move on to the designer series paper, and it's all going to be 2¼ inches as one of the measurements. So I'm going to first of all cut at 2¼ and then I want 3 at 2 3/4. If you want the centimetre measurements, when I upload it to my blog, it'll all be on there. So there's 3 2¼ by 2 3/4. Then I want, I'm going to keep that for a moment. I need to cut another 2¼ inch strip. And I want 2 that are 4 3/4. There's 1, 2, and then we want 3 that are 1 3/4. Ooh, 1 3/4. Okay, the only other bits we need are a white piece, I thought I'd cut out actually. Oh no, I know what I've done. I just need to find the right piece of so the white layer for writing on, let me just bring the card in, on the back is going to be 4.5 inches by 2 inches. So that's 4.5. By 2 inches. So that's all of that bit. I can now get rid of this. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there for a minute because I want to stamp the butterflies out. Oops, drop that. Yeah, I want to stamp the butterflies out so that I can get them, leave them to just dry off a little bit. So you can see which one I've used the most of. Because I've used that one in black a lot to colour it in, but I might do some in the blue as well. Now, if you take these off, I'm just trying to find a big enough piece of scrap that I can use, or something too. That'll do. Okay, so I'm going to put this in, and I'm going to punch out. I don't want those, but this is going to be used for my template, so that I can make sure it's lined up correctly. Always useful to have one of those. Right, so this one, see, I'm not doing this one in black. I'm going to use the hydrangea blue, hydrangea hue even. Okay, I've got a few bits I've cut up so that I can do this, and then right, again I'm going to just pop this one in as well. I'm going to stamp this one in Memento. Okay, and I think I might do another blue one. I'm just trying to, oh, I should have enough space there. That one's come out a bit better than that one, isn't it? Must have had too much ink. Let's do it on the other side. Better. Okay, so that's, is that enough butterfly? I think I need another lot actually. I don't think I'm going to fit them on there though. Let's try, if not I'll get some more. That's not the one I wanted, sorry. Put that on there a minute. Might just about do it. Okay, and then I want a scrap piece, which I'm going to stamp the sentiment on, and I'm going to use a happy birthday. I'm using it from the Cutest Crew. It's an ideal size for this, for one of these flaps, so Again, I'm going to use the blue because I could use the green, or I could heat emboss it, but I'm going to use the blue today. I'm just going to and then I'll deal with that and cut it out probably when I'm ready. Okay, so let's get rid of that. Get rid of those for the time being, and that, and that. Got the little bits, the slightly bigger bits, and the arms. Scissors. Okay, so I'm just gonna grab my bone folder and I will go over these score lines. Now I'm going to go over all of them, and then when we stick this on, it will keep one piece upright for the back. Okay, this will fit in a 6x6 envelope, so not our standard envelopes, but 6x6 one. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is cut this tab here off. So I'm going to cut a slight wedge on this bit. I really should wear my glasses to see this. Right. Okay, so you end up with that. And then we're going to just cut on the smaller score lines down to the long score line, if that makes sense. So on the smaller tabs, I'm going to cut up. Make sure I'm focusing properly. Right. Okay. Those bits can just go out the way for a moment. So that is what you're left with. See, when we put this together, we will be turning these down, and I'm going to just burnish those now, leaving that one up because it's not needed to be folded over, and these smaller bits are going to go on here. These bits are going to pop underneath, and then one of these will go on there. I've not stamped that yet. I might stamp that in a minute, but that will then go on this side. So we can glue these bits on. If you've used these, the new ink colours, do you have a favourite colour or a favourite combination of the colours? Do let me know in the comments. So this hydrangea blue hue, I always want to say blue, but it is hue. Hydrangea hue is my favourite out of all of them. But as colour combination, I do like the hydrangea hue and the Barely Blush and the Crisp Cantaloupe together. the Golden Glow is the one that I think I've struggled with it the most to use it, but I as part of my card class I made myself design a card with that, just using that colour and the green. So yeah, it's growing on me, you can say that. Okay, so once those are stuck down, I'm not going to stick this bit on yet. Let's just put that back up. I'm going to put some glue on this tab. You can use seal or tear and tape if you want, but I haven't got mine handy, so I'm just going to use Tombow. Give it a good squeeze. Now this is the back, so this piece here I'm now going to stick in. Covering most of that tab. Okay, so that's your basic structure to start with. I am going to use tear and tape on these, I think, just because it'll be easier. Obviously at the moment it's a bit squiffy, but these will hold it squarer. Just fold those over. I would put this up to the score line. I mean, you could put another strip on if you wanted, but one should be enough. Give it a good push down and then it comes off. The backing comes off easier. Let's find, take the pick tool. Okay. So these are just going to go roughly evenly spaced in line with the top. It's a bit fiddly trying to do it on camera to show you, so I'm just folding those in, and then I'm going to release the one side and put it roughly where I want it, and then the other side I can move about a bit, but you can see that's now stuck in there. That bit there is stuck up just a little bit. It's not 100% straight, so I'm just going to trim that bit off. So you can use Tombow for this as well, and seal obviously. With Tombow you just have to hold it for a little bit, don't you? Right, let's fold that in. I'm going to put it about there. I'm trying to evenly space it roughly so it's divided into a few sections. Okay. Right. Now for the fun bit. Okay, the ones that are in black, now that they're dry, I'm just going to use our lovely shimmer brushes and just add a bit of colour. I'm not going to colour the whole thing, I'm just going to add some little bits of colour. These ones I actually did with sponge daubers, and just I didn't even do it in the lines. It was like, well, you know, just dum dum dum, and then cut them out. Don't think you can see the shimmer really on the on this as well as you can when it's in, you know, when you're in, it's actually in front of you, but they have got quite a bit of glitter in them. Okay, let's just quickly do these ones. You could use the the full, where's gone there? You could use this one to colour these in on the black ones. Okay, just going to put my lid on there for a little bit. Right, let's see if we can get these actually line up how I hope they do. Having, oh, my hands always shake when I'm using punches on. Right, so that's 3. See, when you've done it like that, it makes it a lot easier to line them up. Okay, so that's those all punched out. Right, the next bit, I need my I need some window sheet, some acetate window sheet, and I'm going to get the larger scissors, and I'm just going to cut some fairly thin strips. I shall measure it. I think it's only, try and measure it anyway. Let's bring in my blue ruler, might be able to see it better. So they're only, what are they, about 1/4 of an inch wide, but you do need to put them somewhere where you can find them, which isn't so easy on this glass mat. Right, let me just cut that up. They don't have to be dead straight, but you can use your trimmer if you want. They don't have to be exact sizes. But I did use, what did I use? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've got plenty there. Okay. Now, I want some butterflies to go on here and here. So I'm going to keep some of the maybe some of the bigger ones. Maybe I can see that shimmering now. Now that it's dry, and then I want some maybe different size ones to go on together. And then we've got a 3, and then I've put like 2 on little ones. Okay, so the best way I personally think, or I like to attach things to acetate is by using the seal. And whether you just need to get it rolling, I just put a tiny bit on the end where I want it. Okay, and then place the butterfly on. Okay, so I need another one. There's probably easier ways of doing this, and I should think putting it down on the mat would be maybe a little bit easier. But what I don't want is to end up with lots of glue on here, or too much glue on the acetate, because then when you fold the card up, if the glue's showing, it will stick it together. So that's the first one. And I want another one a bit more on. Actually, we'll try it, and my goodness, you can't even see it on the input. Right, there, I've done it. There's probably quite a bit of glue on there, so I'm going to put that at an angle. Okay, and then I want this one with 3. I'm sorry about that. You can hear my dog barking. He's probably wants to come in. Gets a bit noisy at times. Might actually be demanding his breakfast is fed to him because he hasn't eaten that yet. This is quite fiddly to do on camera, because I'm trying to do it quite away from where I, from my body. Okay, so that's that one. And then these two, I can actually cut one of these in half because they're just going to be on short stems. Okay, so I'm going to bring this back in, and hopefully if I put this one on first, so this one's going in the middle, so it's going on the second one. It could have done with being a bit further back maybe, but right in the middle, and I want to make sure that that is just the glue. That's not very in the middle, is it? But it's close enough. Then this one is going to come, cut that off a bit actually. This one's going to come this way. Okay, so just cut that down a bit. So that one will then fit that side. I don't know how's easiest to have this really. Right, so then we've got our little ones here, which are just going to pop on this front. Like so. Okay, so that's those butterflies, and as you see, it will fold up to go into a 6x6. Right, so these tabs here, I'm going to actually get my Winkers Stella and add a bit of sparkle on here. Not too much, just a little bit. Slightly different. Okay, now to fit these on, if you use your thumbnail and just bend it in the middle, and then pop a small amount of glue on the crease. And then I'm just going to pop that on like that, and so it stands up a little bit. Obviously when you close it up to put it in the envelope, it will go down slightly, but you should be able to see that it's actually not fitted completely. You could put little dimensionals under the wings if you wanted it to stand up, you know, sort of all the time, but I don't want that. And again, so now we've got this piece here, and I'm just gonna trim that down with a pair of scissors. And again, this one's going to go on there. I'm just going to leave that to dry for a minute because I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of this one. I didn't on my other one, but I will on this one. And this is our back piece. So I'm going to get these little tiny butterflies. These would make a nice border all the way round, something, yeah. I'm not going to stamp it all the way round, I'm only going to stamp it in one place. But There. Right, so this one can be glued onto the back. So you've got a nice little border of the designer series paper as well. And then this one here can go on like so. I'll take dimensional backing off and just pop that one on the front. So that's the explosion box card with the All Aflutter and Bloom Boutique papers in the in colours, obviously, because the Bloom Boutique is in the in colours. Okay, as I say, I've used the inch measurements as I've been making this, but I will put the measurements in centimetres onto my blog as well at the same time. Okay, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Take care.